This isn't the full story yet, but let's see what we have so far. Check this out. No lie, I was born in the goat fields deep down south in Madagascar. Okay, that's a lie. I was actually born in a tiny town in New Jersey, still a goat though. But since the town was so tiny, between kindergarten and 8th grade, I was in class with pretty much the same 12 to 13 kids. The entire grade had 13 kids. The problem is, since I was with the same people, I didn't need to make friends. And, later on, when you got older, when you went to high school, I didn't really have those friend-making skills. So, growing up, I was a pretty shy kid. It took a little bit of time to get the GOAT-level dab status that we have right now. We weren't there just yet. But at the time, I was shy, had a mushroom bowl haircut, and was very unathletic. In elementary school, it didn't really matter because everyone had a mushroom bowl haircut and was unathletic. But once we got to middle school and high school, I realized I didn't really fit in. In 5th grade, I made the basketball team, but everyone made the basketball team since our grade had 13 kids and there were 13 spots on the team. The coach said I would be playing shooting guard, but after one practice of seeing my ball handles, he made me power forward instead. Eventually, I became center because I was pretty good at defense. Only problem is that I was 5'8", 120 pounds, playing against 6 foot, 200 pound 8th graders from the big schools. Now came high school, so I knew this would be a turning point in my life, and I had to make sure it turned for the better. My one best friend from middle school went to a different school, so that kinda sucked. That actually really sucked, and my other friends were parts of friend groups that I didn't really like. And like I said, shy kid with the mushroom bowl haircut who can't play basketball wasn't the best at making new friends. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a public speaking class. One of those classes where you have to do a bunch of embarrassing things to get your confidence up. I took that class my first year because I wanted to break out of my shyness and start making friends. And I did, it worked. I started making new friends. Only problem is those friends kinda sucked. And I realized that hanging out with bad people can kinda change you for the worse too. But it turns out I had another turning point in my life coming up. A turning point that I didn't expect, but it changed everything so much more than high school did. And that was YouTube. Yeah. At the end of the first year of high school, I told myself in the summer, right before exams and stuff, I told myself that in the summer, I want to start a YouTube channel. I love sports so much, I love video games so much, literally when I played video games, I'd pretend to commentate and react to the game like there were people watching. But it was really just, me with my bowl cut haircut and no friends talking to myself in my room. Yeah, not the greatest picture, but I really wanted to give this a shot. So here's something kind of cool that happened. On the last day of the year, they gave everyone a piece of paper and a pen and said, write a letter to your future selves. And we're gonna give this to you senior year, right before you graduate. So I was like, wow, awesome. I gotta write a lot of stuff. And I did. I wrote how the OKC Thunder better have won a title by now, which they didn't. I wrote about many things, which I now realize don't even matter. But then at the end, I wrote just a line saying, hey, did you ever give that YouTube thing a try? I hope you did. 'Cause I knew I needed something. I knew something had to pan out. And just recently, actually, I got that paper. And, looking back now, just a few years later, it's crazy how what went from, hey, I hope you give it a try, to you guys and this awesome thing we have together. Let's go back to the end of freshman year. Like I said, I finished my exams, and on July 4th, I got my first recording device. I was so excited. I took my half-broken Turtle Beach headphones. I had to twist the wire around my wrist to make sure that it would start working because it was broken. And I did my first recording. So I recorded the video and I uploaded it the same night. I texted my friend asking him to go watch it, and I went to sleep. I went to sleep so excited to see if anyone watched it the next morning. I wake up to see 14 views. 14! Now today, thank God, thanks to you guys, we've hit crazy milestones, we've hit crazy numbers, stuff in the millions, but I'm not sure I've ever been as purely excited, just genuinely excited to see a number as when I saw those first 14 views. Because, at the time, I'm just like, wow, 14 people, 14 views. This isn't just your boy, this isn't just me in my room commentating to myself. We got an audience, 14 people watching and listening to something I made This is amazing! So remember how I was having trouble fitting in and making friends with people? Well, this didn't help because I said, screw that, I'm dedicating my time to this. That entire summer, and actually the rest of my high school, I was so focused and just locked in on making YouTube videos. Don't worry, I eventually made some friends, but to be honest, I only kept a close friendship with like 2 to 3 people because I didn't tell people about my channel. I didn't want them to know, I didn't want them to think differently about me. You know, early on when you're just dreaming, when you're aspiring, when you have 1,000 subscribers, they don't understand that. And they're just thinking, oh, it's just a weird kid, you know, playing video games. I would go to bed around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., wake up 6 a.m. for class. Sometimes I'd even get less sleep because I was trying to do all these videos. I was live streaming sometimes too. I was just trying to do everything. And since I was so sleep deprived, I'd go to school dead tired. I'd look like a zombie. I wouldn't try in class. But since people didn't know what I was doing with my channel, they just assumed I was an idiot, you know? They just thought like, oh, he's just some bum who doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care about his future. My teachers were saying the same stuff. But in reality, I was doing everything possible to make my future a dream. You know, I didn't want to just do the normal route. I was trying to make something out of it while keeping it quiet. Because now comes the talk about college. It's junior year and my channel isn't too big. You know, I have an audience, but it's nothing crazy. But I was confident, you know, I knew that, oh man, I had a feeling if I could just spend more time on it, make more videos on it, not have to spend all my time on school, I could do something big with it. I went to my guidance counselor. You know, guidance counselors are supposed to help you out, give you that motivational cheer. I go to him and I told him everything. I poured my heart out to him. And I said, you know what, I don't think I need to go to college. I think I can make something real out of this YouTube thing. He politely told me that, Greg, you're an idiot for thinking that, and you are 100% going to college. I will not let you not go to college. My parents were also on board for the whole college thing. I even explained it to a few of my close friends, you know, people same generation as me. You would think they would understand, and they also said, oh, you're out of your mind. Go to college. So I said, screw it. In this 1 year before college, I'm gonna do everything I can to make this thing real. And hopefully, God willing, by the end of the year, when it's time to, you know, go to college or whatever, prove to everyone that no, I don't need to, and I can make something out of this. And that 1 year changed my life because that was the first time my channel blew up. And at this point, you know, the guidance counselor, whatever, his opinion doesn't matter anymore. And my parents pretty much told me, this is your decision, but the responsibility's on you. And you know, it's one thing when you say, oh, I want to do this, and it's one thing when you have to make a life-changing decision. But since you're still listening to me right now, I think you can tell I picked you guys. You know, I picked this, I picked YouTube. Because you know what, when things weren't going well, when I wasn't really fitting in with friends in school, YouTube came to save the day, and ended up being the perfect fit. And that's where we are today. I mean, I feel like most of these Draw My Life videos come from people who are in their mid-20s, their life is settled, they might even have a child. I'm still a teenager. I'm just a kid trying to figure this all out. So this life is still drawing, and who knows, maybe in a few years I can do another one of these videos to finish the story. Well, not finish the story, but you guys know what I mean. But for now, let's keep going. This was the 1 million subscriber special. I really love you guys more than you can ever imagine. And I want to thank you all for sticking with me on the journey. We're on the road to 2 million. Let's make this one even better. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys all. And never stop being a GOAT. To the last day, GOATs!